The Israeli military says it has recovered 2 bodies from inside Gaza. One of the bodies has been identified as Youssef Ziyadne, who was abducted alongside his son during the October 7 attack. The body of the 53-year-old was found inside a tunnel in the city of Rafah before it was returned to Israel. Officials are working to identify a second set of remains to determine whether they belong to another captive. And the coalition has slammed the Albanese government's decision to send Attorney General Mark Dreyfus to Israel as a pre-election gimmick. Jewish leaders, meanwhile, welcome the trip, hoping it will allow Australia to restore relations with its Middle East ally. Joining me live is Israeli government spokesperson David Mencer. David, appreciate your time this morning. First of all, your reaction to the 2 bodies that have been found inside Gaza, one identified as one of the hostages taken on October 7.
Thank you for having me on. Yes, a crushing set of news for our people. A Bedouin Israeli Arab was recovered. We had hoped, even though we are now at 460 days, that this man and his son would be found alive, but sadly Hamas have murdered them, a crushing blow to the people of Israel. But all the more urgent now that we get all of our remaining hostages home. Some of them, yes, have already been killed, but many of them are alive. And we're asking Hamas one thing: let us know who is alive right now. Tell us their condition, because between now and when they release, they should stay alive. We need our people home right now. It is an international outrage that this terrorist organisation continues to hold our people.
Do you welcome a visit by an Australian cabinet minister to Israel?
We certainly do. Our Prime Minister last month did make clear that the deliberate burning of a synagogue in Melbourne, the attacks on Jews in Sydney, these abhorrent acts of anti-Semitism and Jew hatred, we did expect the Australian authorities to use their full weight to prevent these anti-Semitic attacks in the future. And our Prime Minister did make clear that you can't isolate violent rhetoric and rhetoric against Israel with attacks on Jews. He made that extremely clear, and he blamed the position of the Labour government in Australia. But we do most certainly welcome this visit. We hope that it ushers in a return to the way things were. We hope that the anti-Israel sentiment, which plagued the relationship until recently, will not come back, because incitement against the Jewish state certainly leads to physical attacks on Jews. It's true here in Israel, and it's true in Australia as well. But we certainly welcome this positive visit from Mr. Dreyfus.
The opposition party here in Australia has criticised the choice of Cabinet Minister, arguing things are so bad with relations between our 2 countries now it should be either the Foreign Minister, Penny Wong, or the Prime Minister himself. Do you agree?
Well, look, that's a matter for the Australian government. You are in your election season right now, and it wouldn't be right for another government to get involved, a foreign government to get involved in your election. But look, we believe that this visit is positive development. We know that we've set up meetings for Mr. Dreyfus with our Attorney General, with the Deputy Foreign Minister, our President, but also with hostage families. It's so important now that we want to return Australia back to friendship. For decades, we've been great friends. There's been partnership and security in intelligence, our Jewish communities, the close relationships there. So we want to get back to this bipartisan partnership that our countries enjoyed before. And we are hopeful that Mr. Dreyfus will usher in that renewed era.
David Mencer, appreciate you joining us on the program this morning. Thanks so much.